Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever episode of 715 Garage. A little bit of explaining on the channel here. What this channel is all about is I have had a 1972 Chevy Nova for quite a few years now, and it's kind of got put on the back burner. Started a family, we're raising kids, we bought ourselves a house, got a lot going on, so the car's been kind of put on the back burner. So we're going to kick things off here by pulling this car out from underneath the lean-to. We got quite the project in store for it. I guess our whole purpose of this is we have our wedding planned for October 1st, 2022. And our whole goal is to be able to drive this car in our wedding. I guess as we pull it out here and bring it into the garage, I'll give a little overview of the car and tell you what our plans are with it. We have quite a build in store for us. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're out here at our storage area. It's just a little lean-to off the side of our garage where we keep the excess around the property. And as we can see, seen some better days. Getting a little neglected lately, so we're going to fix that up today. Get this car that's hiding away out of here and get the project on the road. Put that one over there, the GTO, back underneath for a while. Got bigger plans with the Nova here, getting this on the road right now, so let's get to it. Alright, we got her cleaned out enough here to get the car rolled out. As you can see, we got a lot of parts built up inside of here, collecting over the last couple of years. So, she's got a roll cage in her, 10 point I believe. Original plans on the car. We got a LS in here, 5.3 out of a 2001 Chevy Silverado, I believe. As of right now, we have the Hooker manifolds on here, and we were planning on doing a big single turbo right here. Only problem is we were running into interference with trying to fit one decently with this roll bar. We were thinking we could kind of put an exhaust here, but with the big Borg Warner that we had with the 5-inch exhaust, there's just not a whole lot of room in between that bar and the tire. So made some executive decisions lately, and we are going to twin turbo this car. I picked up a set of VS Racing 66 twins recently, so we're going to do some up and forward turbo headers. Get our turbos up in the front here. That's going to allow us a lot more room. Originally here we had mounted these two tabs here to put a small and narrow radiator in there from a sprint car actually, so now we're going to be able to center that up more, get a more clean symmetrical look. Also, we're going to do away with the intake that's currently on here. We're going to go to a Holley low ram and put one of the TIC intercoolers in the middle of it, a 1400 horsepower one I believe. So speaking with the guys at VS Racing, it sounds like these two turbos, we did not go for the expensive ball bearing, the ball bearing billet ones, because I'm just a normal guy on a budget here. So we got the journal bearings, cast wheels. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. We're gonna get this car towed out of here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it, the plans, and what the future of it is. Alright, let's get our first real look at the car. So like I said, she's a 72 Nova. We've done some work to her already. We got a new door skin to put on this side. It's got a Ford 9-inch rear end, 355 gear set to go in it. It's got a 4-link suspension in the rear. Let's see if we can get a little bit of look at what we got underneath. So that's what we're starting with in the rear end. Got coilovers on all 4 corners. Side's in a little bit of shape. Got a little bit of rust bubbling starting here. This door, we'll see what happens. I think that we'll be able to patch that without doing a door skin like the other side. We've got 10 by 28 10 by 28 inch tires on the car on the rear. We got some 15 inches with skinnies on the front, brand new front fenders, brand new 4-inch cowl hood. Like I said, we have this LM7 out of a Silverado. So what's changing our big single is mainly because, like I said, we have this bar right here that's really limited for the massive turbo that we have. I mean, the thing's as big as a basketball. Big BorgWarner S475 with a 75 millimeter on the front and 96 on the rear. So she's quite the unit to put in there. So on the inside, like I said, we got her all caged out. We got a collection of parts in there. There's that big Borg that was going to go in there originally. We're going to be switching up this dash. That was originally made for a different setup. We were going to throw a 454 in it to start with, so we had all these gauges fit for it that just aren't going to be used anymore. We're switching out the steering wheel. We got the trans brake line lock buttons on there. So we need to get this car a good clean out, get her back into fighting shape. We got the rear end tubbed, as you can see. If you look real closely, you can see lots of cat prints in there from our little cat that we got running around. But yeah, right now she's just been accumulating parts. Right here we have our little front grille piece that goes right here. What do we got up here? A couple more parts from Summit. And here we have our front fiberglass bumper. Here's that narrow radiator I was telling you guys about earlier. We got the fan for it. We have our front grille. In the rear, we have a 15-gallon fuel cell that's already in the car, semi-mounted up. We need to finish mounting up the drag spoiler that we have going here. We got all of our trim pieces for the windows. Brake booster is not going in here. We are going to do a power brake set, or a non-power brake. We're going to do a mechanical brake setup. That brake booster is actually going in my fiance's 67 C10 that she's building with a 400 small block in it with some Vortex heads is the plan right now. So we got a couple projects going on. I also have my 2004 Pontiac GTO up here with a 6-speed 5.7 in it. A few goodies, ported heads, all kinds of random stuff done to that car. That's kind of getting put on the back burner while we finish up the Nova project here as we get ready for the wedding, and that's just our real goal, is getting this car on the road. We'd love to drive this in our wedding. So let's get this car into the garage and get her cleaned out. Alright everybody, we got the Nova into her new home, where we're going to try to get all this work done at. We don't have much of a shop here at 715 Garage, little one car, maybe a 1.5 if you want to call it that. But it is what it is, and it's what we got. So hopefully in the future we can expand and get a bit more space for all the projects we plan on doing. We got our Nova here, as we all know. I got my 2004 GTO. My fiance has a 67 C10 that she's building, and she also has a 2010 SS Camaro, which we might have a race for you coming up this fall. We'll see if her and her brother want to actually go forward with it, but he has a 2009 SRT Challenger, a 6-speed manual, and also my fiance's 2010 Camaro is a 6-speed manual. And they want to have a fun little race at our local radar run that happens a couple times a year and see who can get the best time, or highest mile an hour, whichever one they want to bet on. But alright, well that'll about conclude today. Stay tuned for the next video if you're still here watching, where I think that we will start up on the board here. We'll go through some of the parts that we got. These shells over here have been accumulating everything. Everything that we have planning on going into this car. We have, I don't know, I'd say 85–90% of the car right now as it sits in boxes or inside the car, parts that we have laying around and what's going to go onto the car. So we got some fabrication, some body work, some engine building. We're going to pull that engine apart and go through it again, as it's been sitting for a couple of years now. But so we got lots of fun. So I hope everybody stays tuned. As I said before, this channel's kind of been just to put me on a deadline on finishing this car. So to everybody that keeps asking, when's the car going to be done? I will drive it for our wedding. So that's all for today, everybody. We'll hopefully see you here next time at 715 Garage as we begin Project Nova. Take care now.